Hey guys, it's me, the dude who talks, and welcome. So for today, I'm going to be talking about the new self-titled album from Zeal Ardor, which came out on the 11th of February. Yes, I know I'm late to the party on this one. So the self-titled album is their third effort, following on from 2018's Stranger Fruit. So, a little bio. Zeal Ardor are essentially a avant-garde metal band led by Swiss-American Manuel Gagnon. Originally a solo project for Manuel, but was expanded to a full band when they were signed to MVKA Records in 2016. But to describe their sound a little bit better than avant-garde, I would say it's like a range from like blues, soul, to like black metal. Talking about their self-titled album in a concept, it follows on from the lyrical themes of the previous albums, and this is like an excerpt from what Manuel stated himself. Lyrically, it's a continuation of the alternative history narrative we have going on. What if American slaves had turned to Satan instead of God, where Devil is Fine was about life in captivity, and Stranger Fruit was about the escape. This record is about the many things that come after being on the run, clandestine ruminations, and grand plan. So that is from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So, with all that out the way though, what did I think of the album? Did I like it? Or was, just not asked about it? Well, only one way to find out. So we start off with the opening track, which is also called Zeal Ardor, which has a bit of an industrial feel. It has this like heavily distorted guitar riff, and it's mixed with this catchy beat, and when it's mixed together it just sounds intense. While it is for me considered an intro, it does so much more than that. There's like some intros that are like a paint by numbers, which is just an effort for atmosphere. For this, what really takes it is Manuel's vocals. They're really amazing and really take hold on this song. And there's a bit which is really catchy with where it's going whoa whoa whoa. Not an exact copy, as you know I can't sing, but if they play this live, and I can imagine them opening up when they open up with this song when they play live here or something or whatever, I can imagine the audience singing along to it. The next song, which is called Run, is where it's at for me, and it's exactly what I like about Zeal Ardor. That mixture of blues and extreme music is what they did so well in Stranger Fruits, and it sounds furious on here, especially there's this line where he's screaming, "Where is your fucking God?" And boy, this is fucking heavy, and the lead up halfway through the song just sounds absolutely intense. It goes to the throat in terms of heaviness, and in the back of my mind I feel like this is just a warm-up. So the following song, Death to the Holy, is for me the album's earworm. This was like the most played song for me on the album because it's so bloody catchy. Like the opening part of the song has this like poppy feel. It's really catchy, and when I was listening to it, I kept imagining myself singing along to it. And if you told me that was the whole part of the song and that they were just a pop band, I would believe you. But no, things get really sinister afterwards. It gets heavier, there's like a deeper voice, and there's a riff that's chugging that builds up to this scream where it's like screaming death to the holy, and this is where it kicks off. Also, there's like a subtle use of keys on this as well, which I really like. It flicks back to one extreme to another, which is what Zeal Ardor do best. But from listening to this song, I'm noting that there's like a bit of moving away from black metal, not towards. Especially for the heavier parts, because it's more chuggy riffs rather than going for the faster paced riffs and like the blast beats. Things take much more of an experimental turn for the almost instrumental number Immersion, which for me is a highlight on the album. It feels really diverse and dreamy. It's hypnotizing in places. There's like a hip hop beat and a bit of post-rock in places mixed with like short blasts of extreme metal. This kept me really enticed and showed me what they can do best is by being really diverse and mixing loads of genres into one song. And it shows them being more confident in dipping their toes in other areas than they did before. So things take a step back with the slow song Golden Lyre, which has a bit of an influence with Ennio Morricone. Musically, it's got that blues riff, a slow hand solo towards the end of the song. There's also the sparse drum beat. In all honesty, it felt very mainstream. And don't take this the wrong way, but I felt that that song could be used in a car advert. That's not to say I didn't like it, and this isn't the only time where they actually step confidently into more poppier territory. There's like the song Bow, which has a slightly different approach by leaning more into soul, and then there's Church Burns as well. Like I said, it's not to say that I didn't like them. I loved it because it shows that they're confident in not just making songs catering to the heavier side of things. But don't get me wrong, there's plenty of heavy moments on the album with the Opeth-inspired song Erase, which is like a proggier feel. There's like I Caught You and I Feed the Machine, which, you know, that song goes from polar opposites with a mixture of soul and metal. So talking about earlier with how they stay comfortably in one genre in the more mainstream side of things, things are taken the opposite way with the ultra aggy song Goddamn-a-Wrong, which I'm pretty sure I've pronounced wrong. It's a song that is a full frontal assault, and what makes it even better is that the harsh vocals are practically sung in German, which make it sound really evil. So talking about all the different genres included on this album with, like, you know, blues, soul, prog, hip-hop, metal, it could have been easily a Frankenstein mash that barely holds together, but this is Zeal and Ardor's bread and butter, and the whole album, to be honest, flows really well because of it. So, yes, my least favourite part of the video, the nitpicks. Now, I've only got one, and while I really enjoyed the album and was very unsure how to phrase this while writing it, because I really don't want to come across one of those cynical guys who writes articles at Vice and cries into the coffee at the slightest bit of change. And I'm talking about the heavier parts in the album. Well, you know, definitely heavy. I feel like it's moving away from like the black metal side of things, with, like, as I was noticing, the heavier riffs being much more chuggier, and it kind of feels like it's moving towards the mainstream. Yes, I know I sound like one of those guys, which I get. They're going into different directions. I'm pretty sure, you know, that there's a lot of experimentation on the album. They didn't want to just stick to black metal, which is fine, but what I really liked in Stranger Fruits was, like, some of the black metal parts on that album sound really evil. And that's not to say that the black metal's completely gone on this album. It's just, I feel like it's just moved away. But yeah, I don't think it's much of a criticism because I really liked some of the heavier parts on this album. I just don't want the heaviness to be paint by numbers, which I'm sure it's not, but I don't want it to lead on to that with the next album. So I was just thinking this might have been a start of beginning of things to come, you know what I mean? So yeah, so to sum up, my overall opinion is a good one. I feel like this album has a much bigger sound, and it shows them experimenting more and including more styles in the mix. And this is the album I feel is them throwing their hat in the ring in the name of, like, big metal, you know, like the big metal scene with the big metal bands like, you know, like Tool, Gojira, you know, Mastodon or whatever. Whether you like it or not, I feel like they are doing something different, and I feel like this album also shows that they are crafting their own sound, and, you know, I'm all for it. So I'm going to do something a little bit new, which is obviously ripping from Banger TV. I'm just going to do a little bit of a recommendation. This was an album that I didn't get the chance to properly review, but I'm going to name drop it anyway. It's Beyond The Styx with their album Sentence. So as you know, Zeal Ardor is a mix of different genres. If you like your music heavy and straight to your face, you're definitely going to love this. These guys are from France, influenced by like old hardcore bands like Trapped Under Ice, Madball, Agnostic Front, but they've also got a little bit of flair with like metallic influence as well. So yeah, if that's your thing, give it a shot. Okay, so that was me talking about their self-titled album from Zeal Ardor. Have you picked this album up yet? Please let me know what you thought about it down below in the comment section. Like always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It really helps out. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. I'll be including links to them if you want to give that a like and a follow. I'm also on Buy Me a Coffee if you feel generous enough to donate some money to me. Don't worry, no pressure. Yeah, I think that's it from me. I've been the dude who talks. You guys, as always, are fucking awesome. And yeah, I'll see you soon.